It means you're a redneck who's a genius at redneck things.
That is awesome.
No, I'm talking about the show.
Keep that.
Redneck Genius is raw and unfiltered, and he says things that we all think, but too nice to say. Well, this is uncut. And it's funny, and I find it enjoyable. Other people find it enjoyable. How do I describe Redneck Genius? Well, he's dumb but secretly smart, and says and does dumb things, but lets his intelligence come out every once in a while, so he's not fooling anybody.
What I could describe about Redneck Genius, first of all, I like the way Daly puts it all together. He's really not as stupid as he really acts, but the content and the thing that he does is he brings out stuff that a lot of us see. Like I said, we keep it in our minds and we don't say a lot, but he actually brings it out forward. So it shows us what we really like to say on the inside. He also takes and shows us on Redneck Genius, Daly puts it in to where no matter how funny it sounds or what we do say, we don't pay attention a lot of times to what we say. So he takes the stuff we do stupid and shows us how smart it really is. So to me, it's a taste of both worlds. That's what I see in Redneck Genius.
He does use bad language every other word, so that's probably why the content needs to change a little bit. Maybe he needs to tone down on the language quite a bit. I think his biggest challenge is going to be bringing his content up to date, since he's been missing for the last 8 months. Having to tone down on the language a little bit is going to be hard on Redneck Genius, because that's who he is. But as for getting the content up to date, you can research that online and find out what's popular now.
The Redneck Genius, what I like about it is Daly takes perspectives and things that we say and things that we do. And actually, he's really smart. He wants to bring it out, kind of let us see how stupid it really sounds. And he wants to bring the prospect out to the point to say, this is what you meant to say. So Redneck Genius is actually smarter than he seems to be. He shows and says things to us what we really meant to say. He actually takes the smart side of us and shows us how silly we really was. So Redneck Genius is actually a person out there pointing out the good and the bad out of each and every one of us.
Daly's next step would be to, well, first get new content, and then go on to his social media pages and get all his old followers back along with some new ones to try and get them to subscribe to Redneck Genius.
I feel Daly can make some improvements. I know he's going to go research and he's going to find out the newer stuff. It's been 8 months, so he's got to do some catching up. But he's always done stuff like that in the past, and he's always caught up. He does the hard work. The language, I think a big issue is that a lot of people has left because of the language. But to me, he's just been straightforward. You know, a lot of us want to say things to our friend that we don't say, but Redneck Genius just lets us know how it is. This is what you want to say. I think he'll take that. He's going to lose people, but I think he's going to gain a whole lot more people, because anytime you clean something up a little bit better and make it better, everybody wants to watch. You want to see how you would react and how you would feel. So Redneck Genius brings that out. I think he'll get more people in the long run after he gets caught up on the way things are today. What I would like to see in the future is the Redneck Genius take it up a step. We know how he is by reading things that we print out that we say wrong or spell wrong. But what about stuff in the past, or things that people have said or done that we always thought was true? Redneck Genius should show us he is smart sometimes. He's actually showing us how far off we are. And he's bringing it into concept to get the point out. Y'all, a lot of times we say things and don't even realize what we're saying. So Daly took the Redneck Genius and made it to a point that, hey, here's what you're saying. So actually it's an eye-opener. So I think he should do more of that to let us know where we're stepping in the wrong places or not. Comedy, I like the face reactions. I like how he illustrates it. I like how the way he lets you know, hey, that was something not said right. That was stupid. We're judging him by what he says and what he does, and bottom line is he's showing true fact. If I spelled something wrong or said something wrong, guess what? I messed that up. What I like is the humor is he keeps it funny. It's like he's telling you, you goofed up, ha ha ha, but this is how funny it is. So I really like that in the Redneck Genius, how he does that. You know, a lot of us makes things, and we all want to accomplish and do different stuff. You got the dad out there that's camcording his little kid and watching them do a Easter egg hunt and all these other things. This is actually a point to where not just talking to you on the telephone or just texting you. Redneck Genius is actually saying, hey, you goofed up. I'm here to let you know. And the way he does it is great. Daly's got this plan to where he wants us to see how we're not as perfect as we think we are. So to me, the Redneck Genius is really there for us. So keep that in mind the next time you watch. And let's see the new stuff that he brings out. And of course, he's my brother. And so I guess it don't fall far from the tree, right?
You don't have to.
I like to tell him I'm your brother, I know.
No, you can do that. That's fine.
No.
No,
I don't want him to know I know you. I don't want him to know. We fell from the tree, but it wasn't the same tree, right? What I like the most about him is Daly's not that person when he falls, he gives up. So that's what I want to look for in the future on the new Redneck. Yeah. Let's see what happens when he pulls it back out from these 8 months. I think it'll be something worth watching. I really do.
So I asked Tina to come in because she's a really close friend, and she's also an actress and someone I think I can rely on as far as getting ideas and stuff for getting my YouTube channel back up and going. It's been 8 months. Since then, I've actually we've got a newborn, so we have a 6-month-old baby boy named Rhett, and it's amazing. 2 months before that is when I really started slowing down. I really wasn't doing any recording. And it was just kind of the build up. Plus, you know, with work and everything going on, I just want to get things back up and running so that we can get things moving forward and I can get this channel back on the map. But it's going to take some work. I mean, the studio looks like crap. I ain't going to lie to you about that. It does not look great at all. And a lot of that is just because I haven't been down here. And it's not just dust, but just like I've piled boxes up and everything else. So we're just trying to get things back up so we can, you know, get things rolling again. I was kind of shocked with the negative feedback I got. It hit me kind of personally. It probably shouldn't have, because, I mean, you're going to have people who are not going to like what you do. And that's just, you know, it's just how it is. But my goal is to hopefully maybe kind of make some adjustments to my comedy and to draw in a new audience of people. I don't want to compromise who I am, but my character for Redneck Genius is really kind of a vulgar, dry comedy, kind of stereotypical guy that just, you know, lets it loose. And I love that part of my character. I just want to make sure that I find a way that I can relate to more than just one type of audience. I mean, I need to make sure that I can reach out to even those who are not really into the vulgarity and things like that. So I want to remain myself as far as my character, but I also want to find a way to reach out to a wider audience. So Redneck Genius kind of derived from a character of like that person who would say things that you wouldn't say. So a lot of people took that as being who I am. It's not who I am. Redneck Genius is actually a character that I play. So it's one of those characters that's like, okay, well, he's a redneck, and the genius part of it is that he kind of takes things into his own mindset and turns it into or portrays it in whatever way he sees it fit. So it's not necessarily the way it should be portrayed, but that's the way he does it, and that's what makes it funny. Like, it's just all for fun and games and for laughs. So I think in order to get back my audience after 8 months, I'm going to really have to dive deep and find out what's going on with YouTube today. So I think the first step is going to be to find out what's popular right now and find a way to mesh the Redneck Genius into that concept. So you can't just take what another YouTuber is doing and just do it. You have to find a way to collaborate that idea with your character and to make that idea your own. So it's not just going to be about copying somebody else or anything like that. It's going to be finding something popular and then taking maybe a couple of those ideas and then, you know, making it into your own and bringing the Redneck Genius out into it and seeing if it's something that would actually be something that people would want to see. I think the vulgarity of my channel, it's not planned. That's the first thing I want to say. It's not something I actually that's scripted. Basically what happens is it's just when I get into that character, everything that I say is just what I say. So it's really kind of off the top of my head. It's not something that I plan to say. It's not scripted. I really need to dive deep into myself and find a way to tweak it quite a bit so that I can get that audience that's not so much into that type of thing. I think the next step really is to do some research. I think at this point, me and Tina is actually going to do some research, and we're going to find out what's popular and what's in the here and now, and then we need to make that the Redneck Genius. Like, not as far as the character himself. Like, I don't want to change too much about the character because it took a while to build that character, but just try to find a way to collaborate those ideas into who the Redneck Genius is and make it into his own style of comedy. Okay, so now the plan is for me and Tina to go to our own personal social media accounts and to get all of our friends to go over to the Redneck Genius YouTube channel and to go ahead and subscribe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a new video, and hopefully that'll spark new interest in the whole Redneck Genius channel. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make some new content, and then me and Tina are going to go to our own personal social media accounts. We're going to invite as many friends as we possibly can over to the Redneck Genius YouTube channel, and hopefully with the new content we will drive new interest into this comedy. We have a week to get this shit together, so we have to really work hard to try and get the studio in shape and try and get things back up and running, because at this point in time my fans are actually falling by the wayside. So if I don't do something soon, I could possibly lose old fans and future potential fans. Okay, so Tina had this idea for the black mask thing. Okay, that's cool, but it's already been done. Alright, so she gets a little pushy with her stuff, and with me, I'm just trying to come up with ideas that are like happening right now. And so we've been going through all these YouTubers and different things that are going on and trying to come up with new concepts, and she keeps coming back to this freaking black mask thing. I'm tired of hearing about it, and to be honest with you, I don't want to do it. Okay, so the budget is not very big, so I have to come up with an idea that's going to fit within the budget. And the problem is Tina keeps throwing these ideas out. It's going to cost hundreds of dollars, and I don't have that right now. Right now what I need to do is get my face back on YouTube and to get my old viewers back and new viewers excited. But what I need to do right now is just come up with new ideas that could be done now. Like, we don't have time to be ordering things and come up with ways that we can get budgets for stuff and everything like that. We just need to do what we can do now. Her ideas are always about big, bold, and all out. We don't have time for that. We need to do something that we can do now. So my ideal outcome for all this is for me to get back my old followers and to add a few extra, but to also be able to keep up to date with what's going on YouTube now, and to be able to take those concepts and make them my own. That's all I want to do, and then come up with my own ideas that maybe that other people on YouTube have not come up with yet. So I want to make it my own. I want to make my own ideas. I want to take the Redneck Genius. I want to put it in a can, shake it up, and then whatever pops out the top is what I'm going to do.